at the venue of the world-famous chef Alain Ducasse. Today, we have come to a very special place in London. We are at the venue of world-renowned chef Alain Ducasse. The area we are in is located in Mayfair, the most prestigious area of London. In front of us is the famous Hyde Park, and we are inside the Dorchester Hotel, where Alain Ducasse's restaurant is located. The Dorchester Hotel is one of the most important hotels in England. It hosts royal balls, Indian weddings, and dinners. We were the first to arrive here. It has a... Good evening.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Yes, very good, thank you. Nice to have you with us tonight. Intervention with 3 courses, but then you will have to pick your starter and your main course from the tasting. You can freshly shave on top of the lobster dish.
Oh, smells.
Should I just leave it on the table?
Yeah, please.
Canapes from the chef with a multi-seed cracker, topped with some dill, radish, and fermented hazelnuts, and a lobster roll wrapped in daikon and nasturtium leaf.
After the death of Joël Robuchon, who was considered the chef of the century, in 2018, Alain Ducasse is regarded as the best chef in the world. He is also known as the chef with the most Michelin stars in the world, holding 21 Michelin stars. Alain Ducasse's life story is truly an impressive success story. He grows up on a farm in the French countryside. On that farm, he learns about the seasons and seasonal fruits and vegetables. When his family sent him to the market, he learned to choose and buy proper fresh vegetables and fruits. He starts learning the importance of selecting the right products at that age. Later, his interest in gastronomy increases significantly. He attends schools related to gastronomy and wins 2 Michelin stars at La Terrasse restaurant in his mid-20s. At that time, an event occurs that changes his life. While traveling with his team, he experiences a plane crash. All passengers on the plane, except for Alain Ducasse, perish. They reach Alain Ducasse after 6 hours, and he undergoes 15 surgeries over the course of a year. During the treatment process, he continues to create schedules. How can a kitchen be managed without being in the kitchen? He develops his techniques, and this determination, along with what he learned, adds great successes to him. And right now, he is the head of 30 restaurants around the world.
Have you made a decision?
Yes, we will have tasting menu.
And the white truffle for both and the lobster? Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, he made headlines with the meal he prepared at the space station in 2015. A language other than French. I've never seen him speak any other language until now. That's why I always follow him with subtitles, or I follow his writings through translations. I guess they do what they do to preserve the cultural thoughts I appreciate. Alain Ducasse exhibits a holistic approach in his restaurants, pays great attention to the harmony of the menu and the environment. He checks everything from the font styles to the cutlery set. Now our new beginnings have arrived. He places great importance on education. There are culinary schools all around the world under the name Ducasse Institute.
Ciabatta, sourdough or rye bread?
Of course, sourdough.
Sourdough, the best one.
Yeah, best one. Is this brioche, right?
Yes, kind of. It's a Scottish bread.
Scottish bread, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So on the marble we're serving a salted butter. It's coming from Suffolk, north-east of London.
Yeah.
I recommend to use the silver one. The other one to use the white spoon.
Okay.
We're serving a soya curd, so fermented almond with lemon juice.
Our starters have arrived. So what was Amuse bouche? Surprise snacks that are not on the menu but are the chef's offering. I will start with that cracker. Very tasty. Sesame, radish, seeds, and greens turned into cream with butter. Let's see how it tastes. I am tasting the sesame. It has the flavor of black and the brown sesame we know. They are all roasted, very nice. It leaves a very tasty flavor that bursts in your mouth when you bite into it. The radishes are pickled. They also leave a kind of tanginess and freshness in the mouth. These small greens are like dill, and there are also those herbs called shiso, which come from the mint family. When you hold them, they are very light. They made it very well. As for the bread, I especially wanted a brioche-like bread made from Scottish bread. It's a very tasty bread made soft with soda. We wanted one piece of challah bread and also a sourdough bread like this. I really love smelling these sourdough breads. It's a sourdough made from tsala. It looks very nice. Our other starter is lobster wrapped in daikon pickles. It also has that sour green herb called shiso on top. See how the taste is. Daikon is actually a white radish. It is an East Asian radish. It has a very refreshing, nice taste. The lobster inside is also made by boiling. It is a very delicious form with a very nice texture of lobster. When you bite into it, you first feel the refreshing taste of the daikon pickle. Then, in the protein part, you get that beautiful fish taste of the lobster. Not much sauce has been used. There is only the taste of the fish inside. The nice green I mentioned, called shiso, leaves a minty taste in the mouth. A refreshing start was desired here. It really was a very light appetizer. There was also a freshness in the cracker. Together with the pickle, it created a refreshing experience. Now I am particularly curious about the butter and soy cheese they made. This soy cheese has also been fermented with lemon juice. There are different seeds on it. I want to spread a little of the butter that has come from northern England on our beautiful soft bread and taste it. In such restaurants, these types of butters are processed again with cream and salt. They generally serve it that way. Here you also get that milk taste. You can also taste the oil. It's very nice. They especially asked me to take this soy cheese with this wooden spoon. Let's see about this soy cheese. It has been fermented with lemon. What does the soy cheese taste like? I'm getting a taste of different flax seeds on top. It's very clear that it has been fermented with lemon. There is black pepper. And the scallop arrived with a beautiful, impressive presentation. Looks very nice.
Kristal caviar.
They will serve caviar. This is Kristal caviar. It's one of the best caviars. It's a very expensive caviar. 30 grams is around $500. Now, they served caviar with a sauce on our scallops. You were gathering in the neighborhood.
And then Scottish scallop with the Greek yogurt and caviar per condiment at the base, and citrus, beurre blanc, sorrel leaf, and Kristal caviar.
Perfect. Thank you. For you. Sometimes I repeat things I really like, the words I really like. I wish there was a technology that could make you feel this flavor. It's very delicious. The best scallop I've ever eaten in my life. I've eaten scallops in many places. This is truly one of the most delicious ones. A combination of many flavors. The buttery sauce made with shallots leaves a very nice, rich taste. You start with that. The caviar with that almond-like taste, those tiny caviar pearls, create a more beautiful flavor. Scallops are among the finest seafood from the waters of Scotland. They cooked it very well. There's nothing I can criticize about the flavor. The softness, warmth, and temperature were all wonderful. When you bite into it, you get a fantastic piece that is not too soft and not too hard. in the texture we call locum. Thanks to this cooking technique, it had a unique taste that I can't compare to any seafood. The yogurt at the bottom and the greens on top leave a very different taste in your mouth. The combination of all of them is etched in your memory as an unforgettable flavor. This was a very beautiful plate. It might be one of the best starter dishes I've had in Michelin-starred restaurants. I really like this. There is a black fez. It's marvel perfect. Yes, perfect.
How was the first one?
The best in my life. Perfect, yeah, perfect. By the way, our new services are coming. Every new service means a new flavor. That's why I get very happy when I see a new service. Now it seems that something in liquid form will come. I guess it will be fish. Let's see what will come. Alain Ducasse and chef Philippe Glandin's overall style does not enhance flavors with extra elements like salt and fat while creating healthy menus. They want you to get salt from natural sources as much as possible, or they leave very nice sea salt. If you want to add extra salt or oil, they use sauces made with healthy fats from the product's own oil or sauces. This is a contemporary French cuisine that generally uses classic techniques, a cuisine that emerges blending with English products. The experience we have had so far is also very nice. The place you see behind me is a special seating area, curtain made up of 4,500 LED lights. There is a special seating area where you can choose a special menu. You can sit in this area for up to 7 people. You can spend an evening here. Maybe one day we will hold a follower meetup there. I don't know, God is great. We will do it one day.
So this is our very special table, the table Lumière, because it's surrounded by light, basically, and all the crockery and chinaware are from Hermes.
I searched on the internet, 4,500 lights. Is it correct? Yeah?
Indeed.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
So yes, then you have different actually crockery that you have to pick from Hermes. So tonight they choose fil d'argent. We have different sets.
And new excitement is coming.
Our mackerel, beetroot and wasabi combination. So at the base we're having a mackerel where we like natural wasabi and beetroot cooked in barbecue. We're having a mackerel itself which is marinated in rice vinegar, a slice of raw beetroot, finishing with a chilled beetroot broth which is infused with ginger, fennel seeds and celery.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, under this, finely chopped beetroot on top. Yes, the mackerels are visible from their beautiful color. They have reduced the beetroot juice and used it as a sauce. It suits very well. There is a taste of ginger at the bottom. Mackerel like this. A mackerel that hasn't been processed much. I really love the beautiful color of the mackerel. Let's see. And finally, let's take some from this beetroot as well. I took from all the flavors. The pastry is very nice. I read in a writing by Chefkado Philippe Nunde what he wants to do here. You are walking in a forest in France and by the seaside. Imagine a dish with the ingredients that come to you while walking. He says he is making them. You really feel that such a dish exists. Very beautiful. There are authentic greens. The taste of wasabi fits very well. Ginger. All the ingredients used are sweet and sour. The unique taste of bitter and mackerel, because the taste of the fish in mackerel is unlike any other fish. When you eat it, you say this is mackerel. It has a very distinct taste. Ending with such a distinct fish flavor combined with a specially glazed sauce, a sweet sauce, is wonderful. This dish will completely finish beautifully. Then enjoy your meal, Chefkado. As in every Michelin-starred restaurant, they are very attentive. Your glasses never stay empty. When something is finished, they immediately refill it. Each time after every dish, your utensils change. And they bring forks and knives according to the content of the meal. It gives a sense of freshness. You eagerly await the next dish like I do. Really marvel at the time spent in these restaurants. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes, and we've only had 3 dishes. I feel like we've just arrived, but the taste of that sea bass is still on my palate. So I would really come back to a Michelin-starred restaurant if I knew it. Generally, it doesn't happen often, because you want to try as many places as possible. But I could come back here one day just for this sea scallop. It was truly beautiful. Now the next dish I've eagerly awaited, it's the signature dish here. It's the chaos medallion, a mixed plate. A very different interpretation. I'm currently excitedly waiting for that plate. This is also a very comfortable Michelin-starred restaurant. Again, there was no governor service in front. It had a modest entrance. It had a humble welcome. So far, my experience has been really good. I really want to experience Michelin-starred restaurants in Turkey and share it with you. I hope I get a chance to find a place there, and one day I can go there and have the chance to test Michelin-starred restaurants in my own country as well. From what I've heard, there are very long waiting lines right now. That's okay, we will wait. Our turn will come too. Then we will try to explain to the other guests as much as possible without disturbing them. Dear Fatih Tutak, hear me from here. Popilya for me, no offense. I hope we're lucky. One of the rows is wasted. I guess I don't want to get excited, but no, it wasn't ours. I always say this, it feels like this. When you sit in a restaurant, watching the past plates feels like watching a movie trailer. You get to see what your next meal will be like. It adds a sense of excitement. You are curious to taste it. We are at 3. There are 4 more. Wait, chef woman. It's a very nice night right now again. Then let's continue with kombucha. I have a nature that smiles as I get full. I think the chef is doing a very successful job. Surprises with simplicity. Experiencing a 3 Michelin star restaurant of a living legend is a very distinct pleasure. It's like watching Beethoven live and conducting an orchestra, or you are watching Sekadetin Tanyeli's tango. New plates have passed by, and they are catching my attention. I was waiting for this. Yeah, great. Okay, there's a white transformer from Metro. I was waiting for this.
On the way to make it better with white truffle from Alba.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Very welcome. So the most famous dish of the restaurant now for you. It's been on the menu since 2007 when we opened. Lobster medallions, truffle chicken quenelles, semolina pasta, which is very crunchy, Iringi mushrooms, and an Omadine sauce.
It is a very unique mushroom that grows in southern France. It has a very nice aroma and flavor. This plate, as I mentioned, is one of the signature plates from here. This is called a plate. Medallion is a way of cutting meat. It is generally the name given to meats that are cut round and about 1 to 2 centimeters thick. They have made lobster medallions. This is what they call chicken, jus. Jus is also a product of French cuisine. It is a product that results from the creamification of meat. It can be made from meat or fish. This is a jus made from chicken. There are sauces underneath. We will taste those sauces. I want to show you a pasta made from semolina. The firm texture. Only egg is used in the semolina. Nothing else is used in its preparation. First, I want to taste the chicken jus. This is something that is labor intensive and requires skill to make. It is a delicious product that gains texture from blending the chicken with cream. Let's see how they made it here. Very nice. The chicken hasn't lost its flavor. They haven't overwhelmed it with too much cream. It's a chicken without fibers. The taste lingers in your mouth, but it has a medium firmness, not from meats that are sometimes too soft for people to choose. As I said, the taste of the chicken is still in my mouth. It was very important that it didn't lose that. The cream also makes it easy to eat. In the end, nice taste of oil lingers in your mouth. Nice. They made it very well. I especially want to taste this type of truffle alone. Very nice, fresh. It has a special flavor from France because it is a product of this season. A wonderful mushroom. There is no craftsmanship in this, just as you see on the grater. Let's see. Let's taste this medallion. How about the lobster medallion? I have never eaten a lobster medallion before. Made with a very nice sauce. Again, in the sauce, I taste onion, I taste fennel. It's not soft as you said, very hard. It's at the perfect chewiness. The chicken pairs very well with both. Of course, normally there should be a starch, carbohydrate, a protein, but I went with 2 proteins stacked. Quite nice, tasty. I want to taste this mushroom. Let's see how this mushroom tastes. It has been cooked with the fish's sauce. The flavor is wonderful. The back side of the medallion. Let's see. This part of the lobster is a bit firmer, fibrous. A very nice flavor remains in the mouth with these sauces. I really care about the last taste that remains while eating. The taste that remains in your mouth after chewing is very nice. Normally seafood is always served salty. I don't add extra salt either. It's at a level we could call slightly salty, but the salt in the sauces is already sufficient. Very nice. I also want to taste the nice pasta. There is cream in the pasta as well, like this. Just as I guessed, since it is a pasta made from semolina, it is more al dente, but not hard. It breaks apart easily while chewing, only the shape is firmer. This is exactly the consistency I love. This is also very nice. One of the sauces is lobster sauce made with water used for cooking lobster and various vegetables. In the white sauce, I taste mascarpone cheese. The sauce is made with mascarpone cheese, cream and olive oil. It is also very nice. I will make a mixture like this. Let's take a little bit of truffle and medallion. So many flavors have fit into this tiny plate. I think it takes great creativity to think of all these flavors separately and put them on a single plate, garnishing with sauces, capturing color harmony. Because here you see many colors in nature. The whites, yellows, browns, and reds, they have created a very beautiful harmony. I will finish this plate too, then enjoy your meal. Alain Ducasse deals with all the fine details in the kitchen and restaurant, but he also gives his chefs freedom. They have the flexibility or the chance to create new dishes. Of course, with Alain Ducasse's control, Chef Philippe Long is truly a very successful chef. All the dishes prepared so far are wonderful. Being an executive chef is a very difficult task. There is a very quiet environment in professional kitchens. The only thing you will hear is, if I have a knife in my hand, I'm behind you. The chef's voice is always listened to. There is a very nice discipline. If luck is on our side this evening, and we get the chance to see the kitchen, I really want to see the kitchen here. We are now waiting for another dish. This dish is one of the ones I'm curious about. The turbot will arrive shortly. Let's see how they have prepared it. Excitedly waiting, Chefkado. So far, we have tried a fish-heavy menu. The chef specifically chooses this. He designs a menu like this because he believes that fish is more beneficial, healthier for human health. The fish are not subjected to cooking techniques that involve high heat, which causes the loss of nutritional value. The adaptation of English products you see in this kitchen, the French cooking techniques, the grains, the vegetables are nice. Seafood is being used. My only wish right now is that my battery doesn't die, so I can share this beautiful night with you until the end. Because I truly feel that I am experiencing a very enjoyable and special evening. The place you are in is the Dorchester Hotel, the most important hotel in England. There is a dress code and rule here that is not found in any Michelin-starred restaurant. They require a jacket and shirt. They do not want you to come in a t-shirt or
technique is. Of course, this is a rule stemming from the hotel itself. There is very soft music this time. There is still no luggage service in front of the door. First-class restaurants or hotel kitchens known as fine dining. Michelin-starred restaurants deeply move me because there is really a lot of effort behind this door in the kitchen. Designing a menu takes at least 2 years. Our other dish has arrived.
Here we have the fillets of Cornish turbot, which is roasted, topped off with a chestnut puree.
Chestnut puree?
Yeah. On the side you have the colibos cabbage, so the leaf of colibos cabbage we lay out.
Okay.
Inside we have a chestnut puree, we have some fermented cabbage, we have some roasted cavallo nero, and clementine segments. It's all rolled together and cooked on the big green egg barbecue, so it's a little bit smoky. Then the sauce we pour is a sabayon, and then on top there's a cavallo nero reduction.
Perfect. Very nice. A very appetizing and beautiful plate. Usually the question arises, do you get full with small portions? Actually, you get satisfied with the taste by the third plate. Since there are dishes with very intense flavors, you definitely have no issues with getting full when you come. For example, I am actually quite full with what has come so far. Right now there are just extra plates that create a flavor explosion for me. Now, a very beautiful plate has arrived. There is turbot wrapped in Swiss chard with chestnut and mushroom puree. There is also the beurre blanc sauce prepared with buttered shallots. Since it is a white sauce, it is flavored with white pepper and lightly salted. It had a consistency close to foam, but it was not a foam sauce. So when cooking something here, no substances like agar-agar powder or hydrogen are used. The knife caught my attention. It resembles the thick baklava cutting knives we have. A thick knife like this is generally used to prevent something from falling apart when you cut it. We will look at the purpose here. It might be while cutting this chard. First, I want to taste the chard. In fact, the crispy part on top. Chestnut. There is dried chestnut powder on it. Let's see. Now I'm taking some of this Swiss chard. Yes, you can see those beautiful mushrooms inside. These are the mushrooms called girolles, which have a taste similar to apricots. And there is chestnut puree. Let's see how the flavor of the chard is with the sauce. This chard, Swiss chard, is a very interesting vegetable. Spinach is often confused with it, but they are not very similar in taste. It has many colors. There are even ones that look like a rainbow. They have cooked it very beautifully. Filling it with something was generally not an idea. I saw much abroad. They have made a very beautiful charred dolma. It has turned out wonderful with a mixture made of chestnuts and mushrooms. The sauce paired very well with the chard and the turbot. Turbot is usually served round, but here they cut it long. They also poured some grains on top. Let's see. Yes, it didn't fall apart. Normally, it has a structure that can fall apart. When you cut it with a sharp or thin knife, this fish falls apart. That's why they use this thick knife. Let's see it with the sauce. The amount of salt and pepper is very little, but there is a taste of oil and sauce in it. So it's not a fish made completely without using anything. I can say it has the consistency of a real delicacy, neither hard nor soft. It's at the perfect chewing consistency. The lack of intense saltiness in the seafood is a very nice thing because it already has a salty structure. I think it's a very clever idea to balance that saltiness by having it with the sauce. Then I will finish this plate. By the way, we are right. by the roadside. In front of us is Hyde Park. The famous Park Lane Street is in between. The area we are in is the Mayfair area. Mayfair is the most prestigious area in England, London. The most famous nightclubs, bars, restaurants and hotels are located in this area. Where did the food come?
So you're following with Denbighshire venison. So with butternut squash cake, meaning we fill the condiment made with seaweed sauce, kombu, salty fingers and fire. In top, with a crumble, which is we use all the trimmings from the butternut squash, mixed with some juniper berries and big peppercorn.
Wow, perfect. It's very nice. The service is very good. They have 4 people serving each time. One brings the plate, another pours the sauce, and the other sprinkles the spices. A very attentive and nice service. It also came with a very striking, beautiful meat knife. This is a deer meat, the back meat of the deer. From deer raised in the west of England. There is pumpkin at the bottom. There is also seaweed called kombu. This is the famous kombu of Asian cuisine, those greens. The product called dashu that I use a lot is also made from this kombu. The crispy things on top of me are also made with pumpkin. Let's see how the final flavor of all the mixtures turns out. I'm very curious. This time I will start with the meat. In the meantime, they mix the water used in the meat preparation, again with pumpkin to create a sauce. I'm curious about its flavor as well. Let's take a look. I specifically asked for it to be medium rare. That's why the meat is slightly pink. The knife is very nice, by the way. Its sharpness and lightness make it a wonderful knife. And the pinkness continues in the same way. I'm dipping the pink part into the sauce because the outer side is sealed, so the sauce won't stick much to the outside, allowing it to spread more easily on the top. With so many seafood and light dishes on top, this flavor came across as very rich. It felt very filling. This is clearly aged meat. It has matured beautifully. It has a mature flavor. Just like when you eat cheese, you get the taste of mature cheese, the meat as well. That mature flavor lingers in your mouth. The sauce is very nice. It's not a heavy sauce. Since it comes from its own juices, it pairs very well. Let's see now this. I want to take a bit from the vegetable mix as well, as much as I can from all of them at once. It's a wonderful mixture. It's the first time I've seen pumpkin prepared in this grated way. There is a bitter taste in between. The pumpkin crisps have turned out amazing because when you last ate, all the vegetables were soft. It melts in your mouth beautifully, sweet, bitter. In the end, there are the crisps. When you chew, you experience another pumpkin explosion. Very nice. It is very delicious as well. It is well thought out alongside the deer because, as I mentioned earlier, there is a mature flavor in the deer. The two together are very balancing. A very nice finishing plate with sweet, bitter, and mature flavors. Very delicious. This has also become a beautiful plate that will be completely finished. Now we are waiting for the next plate. While waiting for this plate, I would like to tell you a bit about myself to use the time wisely. My main profession is a computer programmer. I have a nature that loves cooking very much and loves eating very much. The food is great, and right now our other plate is coming. Since something like this has been placed again, we are trying to guess what it is. Meanwhile, no palate cleanser has come.
We're having the French cheese selection to follow. From left to right, we're having our Comté cheese, 36 months, Brie de Meaux, and Fondambert, blue cheese. Nice one, baguette.
Oh, baguette.
Dressed salad to enjoy at the end.
Perfect. Thank you.
Consisting of selected French cheeses in a beautiful cut. There is Roquefort cheese, there is Brie cheese, and Comté cheese. I especially enjoy consuming this Comté cheese It is a beautiful cheese made from the milk of cows from the border between France and Switzerland, and the French baguette, which I am most curious about. It is my favorite bread among all the breads. It is the one that is the most labor-intensive to make, and when it comes from a master hand, it is a very delicious bread. If you see a baguette in a French bakery, be sure to get it. You will definitely encounter a beautiful bread. Let's see what's inside. Yes. These air bubbles already show that it has risen beautifully. There is no excessive fermentation, which is also a very important criterion. Its smell is also very nice. Not rye, but whole wheat this time. The mixture is blended with white flour and whole wheat. The brown spots that have formed also indicate that they occurred with steam. There is no excess flour accumulation on it. Very nice, everything is just as it should be. Because if you evaluate this baguette in terms of baking, it can also be considered a work of art. It is one of the important things I pay a lot of attention to. There is a sourness in the bread dough. You don't taste the yeast. The dough of the bread has a sourness. You can taste that flavor when you eat it plain. I love it. The loaves of bread we had used to be like that. There are still bakeries that do it that way. Now, I want to taste the cheeses. Let's see. Yes, it turned out exactly as I wanted. When you eat a nice lokma, you feel a slight movement on both sides of your jaw. It shows that the cheese has aged beautifully. The cream flavor is very nice. The mold flavor is magnificent. We didn't spread it on the bread and eat it, but before moving on to the other cheeses, since we found such a nice cheese, you come to the restaurant of the world's best chef with 3 Michelin stars, but let cheese bread be one of your favorite things, because the cheese is very nice and the bread is very nice too. Let's see how one is. It's a very mature cheese. It feels like you are eating full fat unsalted cheese. You can imagine its maturity from there. On the other hand, there is that salty, slightly sour taste of the cheese. When you combine the salty taste of cream cheese, if you imagine the flavor it can create in your mouth, it's exactly like that. Let's see the whole. Monty is already a very mature cheese. It is made from cow's milk. It has a sweet taste, since it is a cheese. Tainted by aging, you can feel its graininess. Despite being sliced thinly and having taken just a tiny taste, it has a very intense flavor. So all these cheeses are actually quite strong. It goes very well with this bread. Generally, abroad, especially in France, it is consumed as a dessert, or rather, it is a dish that takes the place of dessert in our culture. They ask if you would like dessert, if you would like cheese as options. It has a nice, long palate cleanser that provides a delightful taste after the meal. Cheese is generally consumed with such bread. They have chosen such a menu for this evening. Let's see. While we eat these cheeses, I will chat with my dear cameraman and also eat the roquefort that he hasn't tried. Many things work differently here. I think it relates to Alain Ducasse's ecology. For example, palate cleansers did not come between the dishes, but the harmony of the dishes eliminated the need for that palate cleanser. There was a flavor integrity. It gradually became slightly richer. It became a bit heavier. With each plate, a bit heavier. In the end, there was that most intense heat dish. After that, There were those aromatic cheeses. Now I am expecting them to come with something like a sorbet before dessert. Let's see. I don't know. I think this sorbet is meant to be eaten. One of the things I see for the first time is the service napkin. Normally, it doesn't change. They change this before dessert as well. Nice details. For example, we said our battery was dead. They immediately brought a stylish, nice battery to charge our phone. They entered very well. They have very professional, well-trained staff who look at you when you raise your head, but don't give the feeling of watching you at normal time. They have warm, smiling, attentive staff who understand your wishes. All of these greatly enhance the quality of our night. Let's see. A new theatre is being prepared for the service. Now, I wonder what will come. We are eagerly waiting. Now our sorbet has probably arrived. I think they will make the sorbet very well here. A nice preparation.
A little sorbet to refresh the palate based on kiwi. Gold kiwi condiment at the bottom, fresh kiwi and the sea grapes, lemongrass sorbet.
Lemongrass, yeah.
A very interesting sorbet. The sorbet has a slightly grainy taste. This one is more like ice cream. Now we will taste it. I will try to understand how they achieve this. Sorbet is usually a dessert that does not contain extra sugar and resembles ice cream. It is a dessert obtained from the mixture of the fruit's own sugar and ice. There are kiwi pieces at the bottom. Let's see how the sorbet tastes. The sorbet is already a very nice palate cleanser. They brought this as a palate cleanser as well. It has a creamy taste. I am very curious about how they achieved that creamy taste in the sorbet. I don't know what extra ingredients they used. It's a very delicious sorbet. You feel like you are eating a frozen fruit. This is not like that. It feels like you are eating ice cream, but it's clear that it is not ice cream. This is a lemon sorbet. It has gone through a nice process. It's very soft. The color goes from green to yellow. I think it has been made with that citrus sauce, meaning lemon sauce. Let's see. It melts in the mouth, magnificent. It has been boiled with the citrus flavor, which is the lemon taste used in the sorbet, and then cooled again. Amazing. Very nice. I have never tried kiwi like this before. I can also taste just the kiwi. At the bottom there is also pureed kiwi and lemon pulp. Very interesting. A nice palate cleanser. Since a palate cleanser has come, it means a dessert will follow. Then let's cleanse our palate. I have never worked professionally in any kitchen before. I did. Did you laugh at me? My main profession is computer programming. Love cooking and eating very much. I have attended culinary schools. I received training at Le Cordon Bleu, one of the most prestigious schools in the world, to be able to make accurate comments. And our dessert has arrived.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind.
I am indeed very happy. I am really glad. For the first time, a dish was prepared in a professional kitchen with my name mentioned. Magnificent. I mean, this is already beautiful. They wrote Bon Appetit Chefkado next to this work of art. A very touching, beautiful moment. My dear cameraman, thank you very much. In my life. It was truly a moment I never expected, one that made me very happy. Life is like this. There are beauties at unexpected moments that catch you. This also turned out to be such a thing. I thank my beautiful cameraman again. And now, we are faced with a beautiful dessert. The thing that looks like a flower is lemon sorbet. There is also a puree made from lemon at the bottom. The ones on top are vase, pears. It comes from the pears that the Vassou family grows on their own farms in France. It is said that they produce the highest quality fruits and vegetables in the world. Completely organic, additive-free, they produce fruits and vegetables. This pear also comes from there. I had heard its name a lot, but I had never tried it. It seems it was meant to be today. Let's see how it tastes now. The crunchies you see are made from the pear's skin and its own juice without using extra sugar. What I noticed here is that they haven't used any extra sugar. It was the same in the previous sorbet, and it's the same in this flavor. They have created a dessert that is entirely made with the fruit's own sugar. Next to it, a dish with a creamy consistency called curd, which resembles the curd. We have mascarpone cheese is fermented with lemon. This creates such a beautiful dish. And of course there is cream in it. He suggested eating one first and then the other. But right now, my focus is on this crisp. I especially want to taste this crisp. Let's see how it tastes. I want to pause here. Very nice. I don't know if we can make this at home. What a flavor. How did they make it? I wish we could get the recipe. It's a wonderful taste. Very thin, crispy. It's something that melts in the mouth, but has a very intense flavor. This is a pear's skin. It has been caramelized with its own juice, and the crisp is created that way. It smells very nice. A very beautiful flavor. I mean, if there were a big plate of this, you could eat it with tea. Such a crispy treat. It's a magnificent taste. And now, it's time for the Vassou family's pear. Let's see if this famous pear is as good as they say. So something, if it is praised this much, it is not for nothing. Normally in a pear, you get a slightly tart taste when you chew it. It has that grainy taste. I really love pears, but even if it's sweet, whether you eat it raw, that tart taste, there's a certain bite, a flavor at the end of the sweet. This one doesn't have that. It's completely sweet. Imagine that tartness is gone. Imagine that graininess is gone. A pear with a soft texture, a very good sugar content. Of course, this is a processed pear, by the way. It has been brought to us by boiling. It's nice, very nice indeed. Let's see, I also want to try this smaller pear and this lemon puree. The pear went well with the lemon peels too. That was nice as well. Now, as they say, I want to try this refreshing taste fermented with mascarpone cheese, which is like our clotted cream, and cream and lemon. Mascarpone cheese is the closest thing to our clotted cream. When we first came to England and couldn't find clotted cream, we would buy mascarpone cheese. Now we can find it everywhere, thank goodness, but mascarpone is something that can substitute for our clotted cream. They have also used the lemon sorbet in the mascarpone. It's very nice. It leaves wonderful taste in your mouth. The rich cream and the creamy taste of both the cream and mascarpone cheese, combined with the lemon sorbet and citrus flavor, even the lemon zest, has made a big difference. It's such a delicious thing. I can't get enough of that beautiful sorbet. I will now slowly finish the rest of my plate. I will have a coffee. Then enjoy your meal, chef.
One is ganache from Peru, told on coconut praline, chocolate cremant, salted caramel and buckwheat, lime and tarragon tart, smoked cream infused with hay and beef butter.
Perfect. It's called pâté four. Again, a small appetizer, or Amuse bouche. This is very special. It comes from France, brought here from Alain Ducasse's chocolate factory. A tart made with black wheat and a ganache with lemon in the middle. And here we have a cream filled with sunduk, and we have ordered our tea and coffee. We are waiting for it to arrive. I will test these beautiful flavors. Let's see about the Americano as well. Such a kitchen would suit such a coffee. The coffee is also very nice. And as of this moment, it has been exactly 4 hours. We spent a full 4 hours here, not realizing how the time passed. The dishes were very beautiful. The ingredients, the harmony of the selected dishes, everything was wonderful. My cameraman and I have different preferences in the dishes. I loved that sea urchin. It became my favorite dish. My cameraman liked the lobster medallion dish the most. Everything was very beautiful. By the way, the baked goods in general, I mean the section called the pastry station, also very successful. I believe that beautiful food is an art, and I truly get emotional in places that execute it beautifully. This place also became a beautiful one that moved me a lot. We left the restaurant and had the chance to thank the chef. He kindly bid us farewell in a very nice way. They said goodbye with a nice chocolate and also gave me a model of a French pastry that I love very much. This was noted in our memory book as a beautiful memento. It was a very enjoyable and beautiful night. Now we are heading home. I thank you again for these lovely gifts and wish you a good appetite until the next culinary stop, Chef.